Man, this is really gonna hurt some people's feelings. This, like, this is gonna be a sensitive video, so if you don't like sensitive stuff, I should just click off. Just click off the video if if you don't want to hear any of this sensitive stuff, right? But I'm here to explain why abortion is bad. Because it is bad. Alright? Because what you're basically doing is killing off the next generation. Alright? Abortion is a form of selfishness. I'm sorry to say that. I know that's going to hurt some of your feelings. Alright? I know some people in the comments, alright, are going to be haters. But abortion is a form of being selfish. Alright? Because you're only thinking about yourself, not them. Alright? You're not thinking about what you're stealing from them, right? Right, the friends that are going to make, the dreams they're going to eventually have, right? Right, the relationships they're going to build, all of that, right? Right, you have no right to take that away. Alright, and trust me, I support my body, my choice. I do. I support that. Alright, I support freedom. But it stops becoming freedom when you take somebody else's freedom. Alright, because you can't have all those other freedoms without the first freedom. Alright, and that first freedom is the freedom to be born. Alright, the only reason you're here is because someone allowed you to be here. Alright, life is a gift. Alright, what right do you have to take that gift away from someone else? Right? You don't. You have no right to take that gift from someone else. Okay? Alright? Think about where they're going to lose. Right? Now what you're going to lose, what they're going to lose. Right? Because when you think about abortion, you're only thinking about yourself. Alright? You're not thinking about them, you're thinking about yourself. Right? You're thinking about your body. You. Right? That's why abortion is being selfish. Because abortion is a form of selfishness. Okay? Alright. Think about all the memories you have, right? All of them, right? The friends you made, right? The bad, good memories, the great memories, all of them, right? All of those memories, right? And then someone just takes them away, right? You don't get to experience any of it. Alright? Someone stole your future. Someone stole your future. Alright? Before you do abortion, ask yourself these questions. Alright, did my parents try to abort me? Alright? Well, I have to abort them. Alright? And what am I stealing from them? Alright? Because you are stealing from them. Alright? Because when you abort someone, right, you're killing off the next generation, right? The next person, the next lineage, right? Now, I have a win-win situation, and it's called adoption. Here's the thing, right? You get to be you, alright? Now, of course, I do think, that person should be the mother, right? I do think that's what God intended for that person who gave birth to them to raise them. But there is a win-win situation where both are happy. Adoption, right? That person, right, gets to live their life, right, without any child holding them down, right? And that child gets to live. Alright? That child gets to live. Alright? Alright? And here's the thing, it's not just a clump of cells. Alright, it's not. Alright. Right, that is a person. Alright, that is a life. Alright. Here's the thing. Because when you use the word fetus, which of course, yeah, sure, I use it. Right? But when you use the word fetus, or whatever you like to call it, right, or a clump of cells, you stop thinking of that person as human. Right? Right? But when you start, saying potential human or whatever, right, a human, right, that makes you have to look at what they truly are, right? They're not a clump of cells, all right? They're a potential life. And here's the thing, right? Right? We don't support animal abortion, right? But we support human abortion. How does that make sense? All right? How are you going to support one side of abortion, but you don't support the other side? How does that how does that logic work? I truly want to know. All right, I have no idea. Like, it's because like animals are cuter. Because if that's the case, then that's kind of messed up. I'm not gonna lie. All right, you're choosing some animal over your own species. That's kind of messed up. All right, all right. Of course, I don't support animal abortion. Don't get me wrong. Like, if someone does that to a dog, a cat, or a horse, or a pig, whatever, right? Cow, a mouse, whatever the case may be. I mean, that's messed up. Alright. Alright. But doing it to your own species, right, is kind of worse. I'm not gonna lie, because they're your species. Alright. Like, they're your species. Trust me. Okay? So, abortion is being selfish. It is a form of selfishness because you're only thinking about you and not them, not what you're stealing from them. Alright, so thanks for watching. And also, hold on. One more thing. Alright. Even if the doctor or whatever says they're going to have a disability, that still doesn't give you the right, alright, to abort them. Alright. And no, abortion is a mercy. Alright. Abortion is not mercy. Alright, it is still selfishness. Alright, strip all the laws away, strip everything away, right? And see abortion for what it truly is. Thanks for watching.